Hi, I hope you're doing awesome. So the question we are going to see today is height of a generic tree, right? So let's first define what height actually means. Height is actually equivalent to the depth of the deepest node in my tree, right? Let's suppose this is the tree we have 50, 60, and 70. Suppose this is a tree. So the height will be defined by the depth of the deepest node from the root node in terms of edges, not nodes, right? So 70 is 1, 2, 3 edges away from this root node. So the height of this tree will be 3, right? So I hope the concept of height is clear at this moment, that what height is depth of the deepest node from the root node in terms of edges. Cool. So let's see how we actually propose to find the height. I'll have my faith that my children, as the root node, my children know that what is the depth of the deepest node from them. Right? So let me draw a clearer tree. Let's say 10, 20, 50, 60, and 8. Suppose this is the tree I have. So I'll have faith that my children know that what is their height. Basically, if a subtree would have been started from them, what would have been the height of that subtree, right? So at this moment, 20 would have a height of 0 because there is no edge from 20. 30 will have height of 1 and 2, right? And 40, suppose if there was a node here, then it would have height of 1, right? So these are the height of my subtrees, and all my children are one edge away from me, right, as the root node. Then I'll add 1 to the maximum height, right? Because height is actually the deepest node. So deepest node is present in this subtree. So I'll add 1 to it, that is 2 plus 1, 3. And the height of the tree becomes 3. So I'll have my faith that my children know height of the subtree starting from them. This is really an important statement, right? Now, what I have to do is I'll just add 1 from to the maximum height that my children have brought to me. So I'll code first and then I'll try to dry run the program with an output, right? So let me just erase this. Yeah. So firstly, I'll initialize my height to -1 and I'll tell you why I did that, right? I'll surely tell you. For node child in node dot children, I'll get my child height. Suppose int ch is equals to height 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 of my child. Now I'll compare. H will become max of height comma child, and after my h is set, I'll add 1 to it because if the height from my child is something, suppose 2, then my child is 1 edge away from me, so I'll have to add 1 to it, right? Let's see if this code is working and then we'll try to submit it. Let's try to run it. So yeah, okay, so we have done something wrong, I guess, right? Okay, so it should be return, of course. Should be return, right? Yeah, it's getting accepted. Let's try to submit it. So this code seems to work. Now let's try to dry run this code. Right. See, this is the tree I have. Okay, so we'll try to do, or maybe just make a new tree, right? Make a new tree. It's 10, 20, 30, 50, 60. Let's suppose that this is our tree. Firstly, the height will be initialized to -1. The call will go to the child, that is 20. So the function will again start for h equals to -1. Now 20 has no children, so this loop won't be working for 20, and it will return h plus 1, that is 0 is returned from 20, right? So 0 is returned from 20. Now we'll check, actually we'll returning h plus 1, and we'll check that my child 20 has now brought 0. Does it defeat -1? Right, we actually use math.max here. So the child has brought 0 and my current height is -1. So does 0 defeat -1? Yes, it does. So we'll be updating the height to 0. Now the call will go for 30. It will be initialized -1. It will go for 50. It will go -1. And while returning, we'll add 1 to -1. That becomes 0. So the 50 has brought 0. Does it beat -1? Yes, it does, right? So we'll be updating it to 0. Now the call will go to 60. It will initialize -1. It will initialize 0. Does 0 defeat 0? No, it does not. So we'll move forward, and while returning, we'll add 1 to it. That means the height now becomes 1. Now the call will go to 40. It has -1. This is 0. While returning, now my children have bought me these 3 heights. First one has brought me 0. The second one has brought me 1, and the third one has brought me 0. So which one should I be accepting? And actually I need the maximum one. So I'll be accepting 1, and I'll add 1 to it, right? So it has brought me 1. It should have been updated to 1. And now I'll add 1 to it while returning. That means 2. So 2 becomes the height of the tree. That is, the deepest node is actually 2 nodes away from me. 2 nodes away from me. And that is how the function is working. I hope the dry run was clear. So if you liked the video, kindly hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much.